Hi everyone, I'm Zhena, Mistress of Ceremonies, aka founder and master blender at clubmagichour.com. I am very excited today to be sharing some very important information with you that is absolutely intended to help you with your health. Okay, so at Magic Hour, our mission is to connect the world through tea ceremony. And connecting the world means sharing information to help you and others and everyone in your community on how to be healthier. Because the healthier you are, honestly, your health is your wealth. And the healthier you are, the healthier our planet, the healthier our families, the healthier our communities. Health is your wealth. So today I'm going to show you what a matcha latte from a leading coffee house chain, or coffee houses. Not all coffee houses use regular sugar, but I'm going to show you the difference between a matcha latte that's bought in a store, a traditional leading coffee chain sort of group, and then how you can make one at home or at the office or at your church or wherever you live and spend your time. And this will help you cut sugar out of your diet. And so sugar is natural, it's in everything, but 74% of foods, packaged foods and just processed foods and regular foods that we eat in the United States have added sugar in it. Why is that? Why do companies feel the need to add sugar to their foods? Well, number one, sugar is addictive. Sugar is addictive because what it does is it gets the pancreas working to produce more insulin to balance your blood sugar, and then you're craving more and more and more. Have you ever noticed that you go sugar-free for a little while and then you have one ice cream and the next thing you know you're having ice cream all the time? That's because our bodies crave sugar, and the more we give it, the more it wants. So you can still have sugar. It's in everything. It's in fruits, it's in vegetables, it's in whole grains. There's natural sugar occurring in everything. But the average person, the average woman, I should say, should not have more than 6 teaspoons of added sugar a day to her diet. What does 6 teaspoons look like? 6 teaspoons is basically 2/3 of what's in the average matcha latte from a leading coffee chain. So one matcha latte, right? You're having your green tea, you think you're being healthy, you're actually downing a lot of sugar. And the chai latte has 13 teaspoons. So I'm just gonna show you guys what that looks like in a cup. I'm gonna make a matcha latte the way a leading coffee chain would, and then I'm gonna make one to show you that you can do it for a quarter of the price or less, and you can do it for almost 0 calories, whereas otherwise you're gonna get 260 calories. Okay. And way too much sugar. All right, so I have pure sugar here. This has been processed. So actual sugar cane is healthier for you because it has vitamins and amino acids, but none of us are out there gnawing on sugar cane and putting it in our matcha latte, okay? So this is sugar. So the average matcha latte from coffee house, the largest coffee house chain, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So I'm going to put this on this side. Okay. That's how much sugar is in the leading coffee house chain's matcha latte. Look at that. Pretty wild, right? That's a lot of sugar. You're only supposed to have, 2/3 of that at the max. And what does sugar do to us? It makes us not only crave more sugar, it makes us insulin resistant, it makes us obese, right? So sugar actually increases our chances of obesity. And what it does is it stores in our fat cells if we don't burn it right away. So unless you're running marathons or you're a 5-year-old on a playground, this is a lot of sugar. And you shouldn't be having that in your healthfully perceived latte. So then basically they use a lot less matcha. Okay, so there you go. So that's the equivalent of sugar to tea. Okay, so you see that. All right. Not a good look. Okay, so how you can make a matcha latte on your own is if you have your Magic Hour bamboo scoop, and this is our ceremonial matcha. It's certified organic. Leading coffee house chain is not certified organic, and it does not look that bright green. It's more of a culinary grade. This is ceremonial grade. So it's shade grown extra special. Okay, so when you're making your matcha at home, you can make it as strong as you want. So I like to make mine stronger. I use 2 scoops, although this cup is very large too. Okay, so what I use instead of sugar is, there's a couple options you can use, okay? So I like monk fruit. There's also stevia, and you can also use coconut palm sugar, which also doesn't, it only has 30 calories for every 2 teaspoons. So it's about the same as sugar, but this does not increase your blood sugar. So coconut sugar is actually, it's keto friendly. So it has calories though, and monk fruit does not have calories, and neither does stevia. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a calorie-free, no blood sugar rising monk fruit. So you can get this online. This is the brand I like. It's called Lakanto. So one packet, this is 200 times sweeter than regular sugar. Okay, so far we're looking at about 3 calories, because that's only because the powdered matcha has some calories in it, because it's powdered tea leaves. So here's the leading coffee house chain, and here's you at home. So this is gonna run you $4.50. This is gonna run you about 60 to 80 cents. And it's sweet and it's delicious. Okay, so now I'm gonna put my water in it. Okay, I am not putting my whisk in this. We made these custom whisks. I'm not putting it in that. Sorry, people. There are boundaries and limits to how far I will go to prove a point. But may I please point something out while I'm whisking this? My daughter and I just went to Sedona. We had a mommy and me trip, a mommy and Z trip, and I found this. This is a green amethyst, and look, it matches my jacket and it almost matches the matcha. Sorry, I just had to. I don't know what this does for you, but according to the people in Sedona, my whole life shall be solved shortly. A matcha latte, some green amethyst from a spiritual vortex, and you got everything under control. All right. Okay, so I am going to stir this one with a spoon that I can wash. Okay, here you go. Patience, patience. It's a lot of sugar. Do you hear how gritty it is? It's gritty. And we don't want to hate on anybody, but we are empowered individuals, and with the knowledge, knowing what sugar does to our bodies, and I'm going to get into the science in a minute, we can change the tides and we can control our health and well-being. Okay, I think I have it. That's basically matcha sugar water. Okay. So here's what we got. We have matcha, and then we have matcha sugar water. Okay. Ta-da! All right. So now this is going to be, unless you order, okay, so if you order almond milk at the leading coffee house chain, you're probably going to get more sugar. This is unsweetened almond milk that I buy, and I actually have an almond milk maker as well. So I'm using about 70 calories worth of almond milk. So I'm saying, we're probably going to be around, I don't want to waste my almond milk on that because I'm not going to drink it. We're probably going to be around 70, 80 calories, okay? So you can have this, which is going to end up being 240 calories to 260 calories, as well as, how many grams of sugar is that? 8 teaspoons is 24 grams of sugar. No, 32 grams of sugar. And then this is 0 grams of sugar. And you're looking at 60 to 70 calories. And this costs you about 80 cents to $1. And this costs you about $4.50. Okay, So 80 calories, no blood sugar rise, 260 calories, and 32 grams of sugar. I mean, the proof's in the pudding. You ready for science time, John? Okay, the glasses are coming on. It's time for science. All right. So, most Americans eat too much sugar, which increases risk of obesity, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, and other diseases. Sugar's unavoidable. It's in everything, it's in nearly everything we eat. Cereals, breads, desserts, and even things that don't taste sweet. 74% of packaged goods contain added sugar because it's addictive. Food companies know it's addictive, so they sprinkle it in everything. So the sugar overlords love you to have a lot of sugar. So how much sugar should you have per day? Well, here it says girls and women ages 9 and over, 6 teaspoons. This is 8. So if you're getting more than the daily recommended amount of sugar in one drink in a day, what else is going on? Right? A lot is happening there. You're probably getting 30 to 40 extra teaspoons of sugar a day. Every single American eats their weight in sugar every year. That's a lot of sugar. If the average American weighs 152 pounds, you're eating 152 pounds of added sugar a year. And a lot of it has to do with sugary drinks. Soda, lattes at places that use sugar. Boys and men ages 9 and over shouldn't have more than 9 teaspoons of added sugar a day. Your body craves it. Once it's inside your body, sugar is digested and broken down by the small intestine into glucose. From there, it's released into the bloodstream and delivered to the rest of your body, where your muscles, organs, and other tissues convert it to energy or store it for later. Your pancreas is huge, by the way. It's all behind here. Your pancreas monitors your blood glucose levels and produces insulin to help control it. It makes the decision on when to put glucose into energy reserves. Okay, so if your pancreas is like, this person's not running a marathon right now, I'm going to store this. That's added fat. When blood sugar levels are high and you have more glucose than your body needs, your cells become insulin resistant. The control breaks down and your blood sugar rises to dangerous levels that have serious side effects. Too much sugar leads to obesity. That's a lot. High blood sugar, if you become obese, it creates other problems, right? So stroke, heart attack, cancers. Obesity leads to basically everything you don't want to experience in this entire lifetime, okay? Simple fix. Get rid of the sugar, make yourself healthy lattes. Simple fix, get rid of the sugar, make yourself healthy drinks at home, right? So if you have more body fat, plaque builds up in your arteries and you develop high blood pressure. There are a lot of diseases linked to obesity, including high blood pressure has been it's hitting people, COVID's hitting people higher with higher blood pressure, right? The higher your blood pressure, the worse your outcomes. So we just don't want the high blood pressure. I mean, what's the purpose of it, okay? You can't avoid it. So high blood sugar causes type 2 diabetes. So my grandmother had type 2 diabetes, and she drank a lot of Sprite and did a lot of things. She used a lot of sugar, and she suffered. It was terrible watching her go through that. So when sugar stays in your system, in your blood, instead of quickly converting into energy because you're not running, your body will stop responding to insulin that maintains normal blood sugar levels. So I don't know if any of you have been hypoglycemic or hyperglycemic, but I will tell you, when I used to have blood sugar crashes, when I didn't understand that sugar was the cause of it, and I was drinking my vanilla lattes and drinking my chai lattes and drinking my matcha lattes, whatever. Well, I never drank those without, now knowing. But, you rise and you fall, you rise and you fall, and you're craving things to balance yourself out, so you eat more. So diets high in sugar actually hurt your heart as well. Dr. Nasar Khan, a cardiologist with the Iowa Clinic, says there's a clear correlation between sugar consumption and high blood pressure, which is a major risk factor for heart disease and stroke. So basically, why does sugar raise blood pressure? Dr. Khan says excess belly fat can make you more prone to heart disease. And, we just don't need any more excess belly fat. So it also contributes to metabolic syndrome, which is present when someone has a large girth, high blood pressure and high blood sugar, he says, another significant predictor of coronary artery disease. So basically, what you want to know is the number of people with diabetes in the United States increased more than threefold between 1990 and 2010. What's happening? Right? Our sugar is increasing as well. So a national survey released in 2016 showed that American adults consumed no less than 77 grams of added sugar per day. 77 grams of added sugar per day. While children consumed a startling 82 grams. How many are we supposed to have, ladies? 6. How many are we supposed to have, men? 9. So the American Heart Association says 9 teaspoons for men, 6 teaspoons for women, and 6 teaspoons for children ages 2 to 18. So monk fruit is 150 to 200 times sweeter than sugar. It contains 0 calories, 0 carbohydrates, 0 sodium, and 0 fat. And it doesn't mess with your blood sugar. And it tastes exactly the same. Monk fruit is a fabulous sugar alternative, and stevia, if you like the flavor, also is. So basically, the choice is yours. You can choose to go out and buy your lattes and spend $4.50 to $5 on each of them, knowing it's 260 empty calories that isn't helping you and is linked, potentially, too much of this is linked to heart disease, diabetes, and all the things you don't want. Or you can make one at home for 80 cents and be under 100 calories and not have any of those side effects. So, that's really an important message for all of you guys. It's an important message for me to share with you because, my grandma Maria, who taught me how to make tea, basically had type 2 diabetes and ended up getting cancer. And it's, she was only 74 when she passed. And there were, I would have hoped at least 10 more years of her. So with everybody who's consuming sugar and overdoing it on the lattes, store-bought lattes, I would just advise you to buy matcha, organic matcha, make it at home, buy monk fruit or, some sugar alternative that's not a chemical, and start to really think about your health because you only have one body and that body is precious. You will never exist again in this human form. Every moment is a miracle. So treat your body as such. Serve your body so that it may serve you. And like I said in the beginning of this whole presentation, is your health is your wealth. Okay? So I'm Zhena, founder and master tea blender at clubmagichour.com. And this is a public health message from my heart to yours. Actually, from my cup to yours. Okay, here we go. And look, it matches.